Hello, greetings. Welcome back. Welcome aboard. All aboard for the Pack 128 first try sessions here. Episode 3 in Simutrans Pack 128. We're a slightly prettier version of Simutrans. Comes with the regular game, but you can choose the 64 or the 128 or the 192. The 192 has the advantage of being the comic version. It's a comic graphics, comical book type, transport goods and things like that. The 128, more realistic, and has 3 versions besides the base. Or at least it used to. I don't know if the German version still exists. I have downloaded the Japanese and the British versions. The British Pack 128 and the Japanese Pack 128, which give you different vehicles. So, something to think about. Now, it's time to start thinking about what we need to do here. And the first thing I want to do with my first real stop on the road lines is to kind of think, okay, what do I need to do? Well, I need bus stops. And the first bus stop I need, I'm going to grab a straight line through town. So I'm going to put one here, and one here. Then we'll come over and do another set of stops here, and here, which gives us coverage of a good chunk of the town. And then down the road we can expand this. And we'll do a little loop in town, maybe we'll just take and run it around and do two north-south or two east-wests with a north-south connector, or maybe I'll just do a little loop. But the first thing I really want to get dispatched out onto this is a bus. But here's the problem. Until 1904, we don't have bus lines. What? Are you kidding? Well, it's that way in the other game, 1913, before I see my first vehicles that, besides trains and stages. So, Pack 64 versus Pack 128, they just took out the horse and buggy part of it. And I miss that. I will miss that. But in the interim, looking at the all vehicles and looking at road vehicles, sorting by insert date, not going to show the obsoletes. Road vehicles. Let's show obsolete. Yeah, it doesn't have anything before. 1904, we get the Cord bulk goods truck and the grain truck, as well as in 1919 before we get a bus. Wow. So we just wasted some money. How much does a bus stop cost us each month? $36. We're taking them out. Go back, clean those guys right back out, because that's a waste of money. We'll have to figure another way to get people over to here to ride our train to town. And that's what it's going to take, is it's going to take a train. And it's going to take trying to figure out how to build a train station for the town that can expand without gutting the town. And right now, I really don't see one that's in a good position. I mean, maybe if I went right here and built a little 3 station, and that might be an option. So I'm going to take and kind of grab that territory right now to prevent the city from building on it. Extend these out a little bit. Make certain we're connected up. Do my throat. A throat is where a yard merges back onto a line. And then because it lines up so well, oh, so well, we've got a spur line. And now we got to take and do yet another reconfigure of that rail section here. And this time we're going to have to use waypoints to take and force the cargo train to use the outermost track and let us use this innermost track as for just the passenger train. Luckily, there's only one train going across the tracks at this time. We're also going to have to change our throat here for this yard up to here and accept the fact that the throat and the station area is going to have a slope in it, something I didn't want to do. Or we could lower it down, do a drop down and then do it. Unfortunately, just like in 64, you still have to do your ups and downs on the 4' cardinal directions. All right, but this will let us at least get people to here and over to the power plant. Now let's go ahead and do a new platform. We're going to choose a passenger platform. Oops, subway signal. Oh, you can put them underground. Now, I don't need much, I think, initially. So I'm just going to do a couple of quick little stations. We're also going to put, for right now, just a signal here, because I'm only going to be running the one line. And then we're going to put another gravel station here. And I'm going to take out one of those. There we go. Now we need to come to this train and talk to him about his schedule. So let's go to Collier 1, go to scheduling. In between the power plant and there, we need to insert something, and we need to insert a waypoint. So he's going to go through that waypoint there, kick it back to add stop, and use that same waypoint. So now he's going to use this section of line exclusively and ignore our station, which will also allow us, nah, go ahead, you're headed towards there. Didn't mean to do that. New change there. We can't do a change on the fly without reordering it, even if there's just one train on it. Interesting. All right. So our passing now has more than one train to deal with. It's going to have 3 and 2 sidings that it's going to have to send out to. Episode 3 is shaping up to be one stinger, ain't it? All right. So I'm not going to spend a lot of money. We're at 200,000 in the bank, and we've got other things we've got to try to do, like lay some more lines and start putting out a little bit faster trains shortly for the dairy products, because those have to get to the products a lot faster. Why do you say? Again, we've got milk, and milk's got a 15%. Used to be 15% was the least amount of speed bonus or penalty you could pay. 18 on meat, and now 18 on passengers in 128. Much nastier. But the good news is the things that really don't matter, because they don't spoil, coal, crude, sand, don't require it. There's a 2% on glass to try to promote that you should try to take and get it there so that they get it and keep in stock a little bit better. Hey, that's a demand issue there. All right. Those tools, still a lot of them the same, though there are some differences. Looking at our station notes, everything's still pretty much the same. Charts, still the same, except we don't see all the things we used to. No, I think we see everything we used to. Yep. So I still have free. I was thinking of the wrong one. So are we making a profit on this run? We are. We are making a profit. There's a new car available, the Caboose. We'll look into him in a little while. Let's go ahead and close these two bars and dispatch that first passenger service train. So I want him to run a little bit quicker, but at the same time cheaper. So I'm going to run him with the Chippy, and he's going to need a passenger car. We've got the Western passenger car and the Western Observer car. Okay. I don't think I can put much out, but we're going to do a Western. And the Caboose, we have two different Cabooses. We have the multi-Caboose or the regular Caboose. The multi carries 2 extra passengers, but we can carry passengers in our Caboose. Let's go ahead and do that. We're just going to do the cheap one. I'm not really going for the over the top yet. Lay down our line. Do want to do 20% as my initial pull. And unfortunately, no, they did not give you pre-programmed steps between. I do sometimes wish they'd do the thirds. The thirds are nice little spots, but you can manually do those by just overriding it. And this being this is going to be we're going to call this the Telford Trotter. Get him out, get him working. See how this game's going to work for us. Are we still going to make money transporting passengers? Are we going fast enough? Are the other trains going to slow us down? Do we need to put in more signals, more double tracks? Where else do we need to get stuff to? Well, we know about it. We've already laid the lines for the glass factory. Maybe we should start thinking about getting stuff over to the glass factory. What does the glass factory need to get started? He needs coal mines and sand quarry, and the sand quarry is quite a ways away. Let's see where he's coming from. He's grabbing sand. Wow, instead of grabbing, he's grabbing from over here. Whoa. And there's 2 coal mines along the way. So this could become productive. Hey, where do those coal mines? The coal mines both also service our power station. All right. So we are beginning to build our first little signs of a network that'll let us take and do multiple trains, one line. I'm liking this. Now we just got to remember to leave enough room when we're building the main line to go between the town without killing Ipswich too much and the coal mine, and also so that the mines can have enough space to build their yards they'll need. Because This coal mine is on a slope. This one's out in the flat. So let's go out to those guys, take a peek, and see what we're kind of up against. That's a lot of climb to get down to here, and then that other guy's all the way over here. And where's the sand? The sand is there. And we've got to build up a bridge to go across the river. Well, how do we want to do the bridge? Do we want to do it straight out like this? Or how? Because we need to get sand. Once we get the sand lined up, then we can add in the deliverable dairy and grab the first cattle run for it, and then connect up the two towns and hope that we can get things going. Let's grab our rails and we'll shift him back up to the top. Actually, I kind of like having the rail down a little bit. I'm going to do him this way. I'm going to do at least this long and two initially built before the throat. Do my change to here, and then I've got to see what sort of bridge we can do across the river. That's elevated track. We don't want elevated track. We want bridge. Oh, we do have to raise land. Oh, this makes it tougher. Opposite direction. There and there. Let's see if I can now build my bridge. Is it a type issue? No. All right, then let's do this. Level that and see if it goes in between them like this. Nope. Raise them. Oh, so it is a height issue because of the water vehicles on the river. We have to be at a certain height. This is getting even funner and more interesting to have to build. So that means this just became useless because now we have to come down, and I don't like doing all my climbs at once. Even those little bits. Get him out and away, and then we can build a horseshoe turn back into here. Still letting us build horseshoes. We'll see if down the road they take that away from us. And then I kind of want to be about that distance out right there. Perfect. And that'll let us build the yard we need down the road. Now, one thing I do need to do is shift over a little bit along here. the reason I'm leaving this line is that's going to come up for our Ipswich station. Too close, so we need to do him there. We need to settle him out a little bit. We're down to 104,000. Wow. This has not been cheap because of that bridge and the distance we're going now. But we needed to get that sand, and that sand was the issue. We'll pick up coal along the way too and have him come in through various spots. Now we got to deal with a lot of slopage to get him up to here and deliver the sand in the end. And that's not going to be a happy camper ride. So we're going to try to seek spots where we can do turns and twists without doing all that work we did before. Nice. Now we can just lower this for the coal platforms that we need, the 2 coal platforms. Hey, I'm out of coffee. And that's also a sign that it's 20 minutes in the episode. Thanks for watching episode 3 of the Simutrans Pak128 first serious try sessions here on How Not to Game with CaliJack. I'm CaliJack. As you can see, it's a different game from the 64 I'm showing you as well. Both come as part of it. You do have to download as downloadable content, but it's free. And the DLC is free as well for the 128 packs and the 192 pack separate, especially if you're going for the Japanese and the British versions. All right? Feel free to give the game a try. It's not that hard, though I make it seem hard, but that's just because I'm old, slow, and feeling my years some days here, as you can tell by both the voice, my energy levels, and the amount of caffeine it takes to keep me moving. I'm CaliJack. Have a better day than I'm having.